All right, welcome back to Yoga with Tim. Today we're here with Stacy again. Stacy's come back to do some yoga for us. Today we're going to work on rotating the upper arm bones to keep our shoulders healthy while we're practicing bearing weight on our arms. And also we're going to learn a little bit of side bending type of stuff that you do often in Vinyasa yoga. So if you go to take a class somewhere, then you'll be prepared for these common poses. So last week I kind of educated on some the bind stuff, which I'm not all that into, but it gets taught a lot. So just that you know when you go, if you do. Let's get started in child's pose. All right, so in child's, just let your hips release back and down onto your heels. So we've been diving deeply into the yamas throughout this challenge. And again, last week was brahmacharya. We were practicing non-excess. And this week is aparigraha. And aparigraha is non-greed or non-possessiveness. So in yoga, we think of our body as something that we're just inhabiting for, this time that we're on earth for however many years. And so we want to take care of our body, but not be identified with our body as I am this body. Instead, just something that I get to inhabit for a while. Or even, all of your things, the things that you acquire in this lifetime. These are not things that identify, I'm not identified with these things. These are just things that have come around me in this life. Downward facing dog. Stretch back. And then it can shift our attitude of I got all this stuff, as opposed to I got lucky enough to get blessed with some stuff in this lifetime. Or the other way around, I didn't get any stuff. Well, there's the other end of that too. Okay, so as you hold in this position, start to rotate from your biceps, inner arms to your outer arms. Then set your knees down for just a moment. And I want you to feel, as you push into your hands, there's the tendency for the upper back to round and for the shoulders to want to roll in. So I want you to see if you can push evenly into your hands while still spreading your collarbones and rolling your inner arms to your outer arms. The last couple days we learned about the rib cage a bunch, which I still want you to incorporate that, but now holding this rotation too. Now curl the toes, if you haven't already, and start to lift your hips up and back, but keep that rotation of your arms and keep spreading your collarbones. Make sure that your upper back doesn't hunch to push into the hands evenly. There you go. That's it. Now lift from the hip crease up and away from your wrists and keep getting longer, 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 and longer. Good. Then imagine your forehead could rest onto a block. Then walk your feet up to the front of your mat and fold forward, Uttanasana. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way up to stand. Good, stand tall in mountain. We're going to do a little lunge Surya Namaskar to warm up before we do Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, flat back. Step back your left leg into a lunge and lower your knee down. Bring your hands to your right knee and start to upright yourself. Then lift from your belly and raise your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog, stretch back. Inhale your left leg up from the inner thigh. Shift into plank and pull your knee up to your chest. Step your foot all the way up by your thumb. Lower your back knee down. Inhale your arms up, reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee and step forward. Let your head drop. Inhale, Ardha. Extend, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Raise your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Samastiti. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, Ardha. Step your right leg back into a lunge and lower your knee down. Lift from your belly, then raise your arms up, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog, hands down, stretch back. Inhale your right leg up from the inner thigh, stay even on your hands, keep your hips level, try not to let the hips twist. Then shift into plank, pull your knee up and round your back. Step your foot up by your thumb, lower your back knee. Lift your belly, inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee and step your back leg forward. Let your head drop. Inhale, Ardha, extend, lengthen the spine, come up onto fingertips or blocks if you need to get a flat back. Exhale, fold. Reach down through your feet, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale the hands to your heart. Surya Namaskar B, inhale into chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips back. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, elongate your spine. Step back into plank pose, one leg at a time. Lower down onto your belly. Let's do cobra for the first back bend. Point your toes back and inhale, start to roll your chest open. Turn so that the thighs, so that all four corners of your knees point straight down to the floor. The inner thighs spin up to make that happen. So effort of internal rotation to find neutral. Then start to roll the chest open from your core and your back strength. Good. Pause there for a breath. Then hold there or press into upward facing dog. But make sure as you push into your arms, you're not pushing so much to where your back starts to round and the shoulders hunch. Still roll the inner arm to the outer arm. Downward facing dog. Very common, I see people push too aggressively with their hands in up dog and their shoulders turn in like this. Don't do that. Step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you can always skip the vinyasa and just go right back to down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top. Inhale, Ardha, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sit deep into your chair, arms up. Come all the way up to stand, hands to your heart. Inhale into chair pose, bend knees and sit back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, elongate your spine. Step back one leg at a time into plank. Shift forward and lower slowly to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend knees and look forward. Jump or step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Come all the way up to stand, bring your hands to your heart. Good. Now, Step your right foot back about 4 feet for some standing poses. Parallel your feet and spread your arms out. Warrior 2, turn your left toes in slightly, turn your right leg out 90. Bend your right knee over your ankle. Grow tall through your spine as you stretch through your arms. Then we're going to do something just a little tricky today. So from Warrior 2, bring both hands to your mat and go onto the fingertips. Spin your back heel up. Now turn your right thigh out so that it looks like your right center ankle. I'm sorry, just keep your foot right there. Make it so that your right center ankle, knee, and center hip are all lined up. Okay, now can you maintain that as you turn your back heel down onto the mat? The right thigh will want to twist in, don't let it. Then place your right hand onto a block or come up onto your fingertips. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Start to turn your chest open. But as you're turning the chest open, you'll feel that your right thigh wants to twist in. Don't let it. Keep turning it from inside out. Reach through your back heel and get as long as you can, like it pulled from your back heel out through your spine. Then take your left arm all the way over your ear. So just a little bit different feeling, working extended side angle from the ground up, like growing the pose from the floor instead of coming from standing. I tend to like coming from standing a little bit better, but this has its advantages because it keeps you more in your base, into your legs when you're doing the pose, helps you to focus on the legs. So you could see which one you like better, if you like one better than the other. Then come back up to Warrior 2. Straighten your right leg, Rice Krispies, and reach out over your straight right leg for triangle. Press into your feet, inhale, come back up. Turn your feet to the left, Warrior 2. Then bring your fingertips down onto the mat, spin your back heel up, lunge, hold there, elongate your spine. Then start to turn your back heel down without letting your left thigh turn in. Turn that left thigh up, press the knee back towards your left arm. Then bring your right hand to your hip, left hand on the block or on fingertips, and start to turn your chest open while still turning the left thigh from inside out. Then take your right arm all the way over your ear. As you're holding, keep that left thigh turned. Reach into your back heel and get long through the midline. Good. Warrior 2, lift your belly, come up. Then straighten your leg and reach out for triangle. Then from triangle, press down into your feet and inhale, come back up to stand. Step up to the top of the mat, mountain pose. Good job. Then from here, fold forward and hook your big toes. Inhale, reach your chest forward and lengthen out your spine. Exhale, fold deeper, bend the elbows out to the side, let your head drop. Then inhale, flat back, elbows straight. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Now bring your right knee up, reach down onto the inside of your right knee and hold your big toe. Even if your flexibility is not that good, see if you can hold the big toe and then stand up tall. Then see to what degree can you reach your right leg out in front of you Without letting your left thigh bone sink forward and down, pull your left thigh bone back up and stand tall up over your leg. Then open your right leg to the right, still keeping your belly button pointing straight ahead and your chest. Don't let that left thigh fall, pull it back up. Bring your leg back to center, pause, then raise your arms up. Good, then from here, turn your right thigh out and cross your ankle just above your knee. Bring your hands to your heart and start to sit back like you're sitting in a chair pose. As you're sitting back, try not to let the chest collapse. Keep the chest open. See if you can sit back deeper. Maybe tap your elbows down to your shin. If you get the elbows to tap, then reach the heart forward again. Stay there or put the fingertips down on the floor. Last few breaths here. All right, then come all the way back up to stand, mountain pose. Nice. Okay, take your left big toe up. So as you bring that big toe up, your right thigh will want to fall forward. Don't let it. Pull your right thigh bone back up into the socket. Then see to what degree can you stretch your left leg out in front of you before the right thigh starts to fall. Then start to open your leg to the side, but keep your belly button and your chest pointing straight ahead. Bring the leg back to center, pause, raise your arms up, stay tall, then turn your left thigh out, cross your ankle just above your knee, and start to sit back like you're sitting in a chair, hands to prayer. Then start to lean your chest out over your knee. Maybe even hook the elbows to the shin. If the elbows hook, reach the chest forward. Stay there, put the hands down and fold deeper. Then come all the way back up to stand. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, elongate. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Step your right foot up by your right thumb for crescent. Inhale, reach your arms up. Then bring your hands to prayer and lean your chest out over your knee. Twist, take your left elbow to your knee. As you press the elbow down, lift your chest up. Then bring your right hand onto your hip. Slide your left hand a foot in front of your foot on the inside. Block, suggestion. Now open and turn your chest again. And then if you can step up to balance on your right leg, go ahead and raise the back leg up. Otherwise, just keep your leg down and work on your length. So if you're all hunched over here in this position to get the leg up, better just keep your leg back behind you and work on the length in your lunge. Then whichever one you're doing, turn and take your right arm up. And fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Step back to dog or take a vinyasa, your call. Step your left foot for crescent. Inhale, reach your arms up. Bring your hands to prayer, lean your chest out over your knee, and twist. Then bring your left hand onto your hip, slide your right hand a foot in front of your foot onto the inside, lift and turn your chest again, then step up to balance on your leg. Once you find your balance, look for your length again, then turn your chest and take your arm up. Good, then fold forward at the front of your mat. Let your head drop. Inhale, flat back. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa. Good, then from down dog, hop to seated. And sit with your feet down on the floor right out in front of you. So we worked on practicing lowering from boat pose to low boat pose. We're going to pick up that practice again. So bend your knees, put your feet down onto the floor. And then as if someone was standing on your feet, keep all four corners of your feet rooted. Take your arms forward. And as you inhale, slowly roll down halfway onto your back. And as you exhale, curl back up. Inhale, curl back down onto your back. Exhale, come back up. It's not as easy without someone on your feet. Inhale, slowly lower back down. Root through your feet, strong in your middle. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, back up. 2 more times. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, slowly lower. Good, now bring the legs up one at a time into tabletop position. Nice. Oh, very good. Then holding your belly in, stretch your left leg forward. Don't let your belly lift on that left side. Slowly change legs. Don't let your belly lift on that right side as you stretch that leg out. Ooh, hold it in. Rebend that right knee. Inhale, lower your head down, take your arms up. Keep your legs up. Exhale, crunch back up to your knees. Hold there, hold your belly in. Stretch your right leg forward. Ooh, belly in. Change sides, left leg forward. Hold that belly in. Hold there, now bring your hands up and over to the outside of your right knee. Crunch up 1 more inch from your belly. Change sides. Good, both legs up, head down, take a breath. All right, then set your feet down for a moment. Okay, so just like we worked the repetition to start to train the movement, we're gonna do that same thing now for working your low abs. So put your hands next to your side, take your legs straight up to the ceiling. Now as you exhale, lift your hips up off the mat and push the ceiling straight up with your feet. Squeeze your low abs, all the air out of your low abs. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, lift your butt up. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, lift your butt up. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale, lift your butt up. Now hold, fingers behind your ears, crunch up to your knees. Hey, but what happened to the butt? Get the butt up again. Hold it up and hold for the last 5, 4, butt up, 3, 2, crunch up 1 more inch. And lower yourself down. Good job. Set your feet down onto the mat. Take your feet the width of your mat. Open your right arm out to the side and let your knees swivel over to the left. To deepen the stretch, you could cross your left ankle onto the outside of the right knee, or you can just keep the feet where they are. Then change sides. Then bring your legs back to center. All right. Press your heels down, lift your hips up. Then grab a hold of the sides of your sticky mat, and we'll practice rotating the arms again. Rotate the inner arms to the outer arms. Feel what it's like for this upper arm bone to turn in the socket, the inner shoulder to the outer shoulder. Engage the backs of your legs, lift your buns, and then inhale, slowly lower your hips back down. 2 more times. Exhale, lift your hips up and rotate those arms, spin the inner shoulder to the outer shoulder. And slowly lower back down. Last one. Exhale, lift your hips up and hold. Rotate the inner shoulder to the outer shoulder. Now turn on your stabilizers in your core, and without anything twisting, just bring your right leg up into tabletop position. If stuff twisted, just set the foot down. Change legs. Lift the left leg up. Ooh, don't let anything twist. Set that foot down. Lower your buns all the way down. Hug your knees to your chest. Take happy baby, reach onto the insides of your knees, grab a hold of the outsides of your feet. Then hug your knees in and roll yourself up to seated. Sit with your legs stretched straight out in front of you. Then bend your right knee towards your chest. Okay, so often a mirror is helpful for these seated poses to see what's happening with your spine. But you want your lower back to be upright, like it's up against a wall. If it's difficult to sit like this, upright, then you can always sit on a block. But for Stacy, you can see that her back is nice and upright as she hugs this leg in. Okay, now twist to your right. Left elbow wraps around your knee, right hand behind you. Use the prop of the fingertips like a kickstand to help draw the spine up. Lift from the belly, take the sacrum in and up. And keep this left leg active. Instead of letting it do Shavasana, turn the inner left thigh and point your big toe up. There we go, turn the left inner thigh instead of your. It's not really yours, you're just getting to inhabit it for a certain amount of years. Come back to center, change sides. Hug the left knee towards your chest. Wrap the elbow around the knee. I'm going to stop, it'll get annoying. Fingertips behind you. Now draw the spine in and up. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Okay. Turn the right thigh in as you point the toes straight up. This is like when you're in Catholic school and you're a kid and you're at the mass and you got the giggles and you couldn't, if you went to Catholic school, you know what I'm talking about. You get in trouble if you get the giggles during, okay. Come back to center, both legs stretched straight out in front of you. Okay, hands next to your side, roll the shoulders back. And then start to fold forward over your legs, any amount. Now same thing here. If your hamstrings, your back body are super tight, to try to like round yourself forward, if the spine is going like this more as you try to fold forward, only rounding from the upper back, then it'd be better for you to just bring your hands next to your knees and work on creating a flat back. This is a better stretch for your body. But if you're very mobile, then go ahead and fold all the way forward. Just depends on a lot of it. There's a huge genetic component. So people will ask me like, hey, how do I get my hamstrings more open? I can't fold forward like I see in the video. Like, well, that might just be the case for your body. So, you know, just pay attention, listen to your body, practice ahimsa, listen to the body, and then lie down onto the back. Then gently bend your knees. And roll over to your right side. And refreshed now, press yourself up to seated. So you've given yourself time to let go of all that stuff so that it's like rebirth when you come out of Shavasana. Now, instead of being influenced by the past that you've been holding in your body, now you're new and fresh and you can experience things completely differently. Bring your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. All right, so hope you enjoyed today's practice. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.